So I didn't create a video last week and stick to my Tuesday uploads. I'm debating whether to do this video as well, but I have decided that I do want to take some time to reflect and to speak up a little bit about what has been on my mind with everything going on right now in the world, in particular with the fight against racism. Honestly, I've been struggling a little bit to find my voice in all of this, and whether if I'm putting out content, does it actually create change? Does it help with that? Does it actually move the needle or have an impact or say something that hasn't already been said? And I'm trying to do this in a way where it's not totally scripted, and I just want to kind of let it flow versus being so PR'd right now. I created a video last week. I did try to put something out, and then I ended up just not publishing it because I just felt like it didn't add to the conversation or really make a meaningful impact in any way. And I don't want to be part of a group that's just sort of posting to post right now, or to be putting out content, But I did want to say something and speak up. I wrote a few notes that I will reference, but hopefully, this is maybe inspires you to speak up or gives you some ideas on how you can have your own individual impact right now as well. I've definitely been a bit hesitant saying things, and mostly out of a fear for saying something wrong, and I think that might be a struggle that a lot of people have as well. I think, again, my intention's in the right place, and I do want to make my voice heard that I do support the Black community through this time, and that Black Lives Matter, and racism needs to end. And it doesn't make sense in my mind because, people are just people, and every person is a person, is a human. Why would the color of your skin change that? So it doesn't make sense to me, and I get it, and I'm trying to educate myself more to understand where it comes from and why, and that's an ongoing process. But yeah, it's just a hard one for me to understand why. But again, I think that comes back to, from what I'm learning, is this idea of, it's real, white privilege, and just that I myself have grown up in a very comfortable home. I've had loving parents, I have loving siblings, I have a great family with great values, and I haven't been around racism much at all in my life at all. So it does feel a bit foreign to me, but that of course is because of my privilege, and I understand that now, and I'm more aware of that more now than ever, which I think is a step in the right direction. And again, even if I'm putting out content like this, I hope that maybe that already sparks an idea for someone who isn't aware of that yet, or needs a reminder of that. I think it's just important to still come to the camera and do something. Anyways, I think I'm just rambling at this point. So a few things I did want to say were some things that I've done so far, and these are things that, again, you may have already done or you could still do, but I've donated some money, and I think that there's definitely more that I can donate, and I'd like to find, I've done donations to the George Floyd situation in particular, but I haven't donated to local organizations that are helping fight racism and inequality. So I'm looking for, and my girlfriend and I have found some local organizations that are working in this space. So we're going to be making a donation to that. We actually wanting to start a monthly donation as well. So every month, we'll choose a cause or a movement going on in the world, and support that with the funds that we can afford. And so, of course, right now that'll be centered around the Black Lives Matter movement and fighting racism and inequality. But yeah, that's something that you might consider doing yourself, or maybe you're already doing. I've signed some petitions. I think I've done 2, to be honest. I think there's a lot more that I could sign still, and so yeah, I'm committed to finding more of those, and I'll link them up in the description of this video, which ones I've done and which ones I'm still, or which ones I've found that I could potentially sign as well. I've shared some stories on my Instagram. Struggled with that one. I feel like it's a lot of the same information being spread around, but again, maybe if someone sees something 5, 6, 7 times, it's more likely to sink in if they see it 1 or 2 or 3 times. So I don't think it does harm as long as you're using the appropriate hashtags and your values or your intentions are in the right spot rather. So yeah, I've shared some stories, and this is kind of building on that. I wanted to create some content that also speaks to this as well, so that I can share this out. Actually, my team at Vancity HUB put together a blog post and shared some stuff on our Instagram channel, which is much larger than my personal following, and we had some good website traffic on that blog post, which shared links to a lot of different petitions and places to donate, and just general sort of a compilation of different ways you can support. So big kudos to the team for putting that out. I myself did not help craft that blog post. I won't take credit for that, but I'm glad that our organization did speak up and say something about it. So thank you to Heather and Valerian for making that happen on behalf of Vancity HUB. The other thing I've done is I've helped my clients speak up and advocate and share their opinions and values on the situation right now as well. So indirectly was able to sort of add value to the conversation and to encourage more people in my circle to again speak up and be a part of this important conversation right now. So that's another thing that I've been able to do, and maybe that's something you can look at doing as well if you have clients and you have the ability to influence the communications and what they're putting out into the world. Things that I still haven't done or would like to do. I did not go to one of the Vancouver protests, which I'm regretting a little bit now, and I would have liked to be there to support and to document what's going on, and to, of course, use that to share out as well. And from what I heard from my friends that have gone was that it was an amazing and positive experience. People's hearts were in the right place and intentions were good, and it was peaceful. So really proud of Vancouver for making that happen and being good about it. And if there's another one, I definitely want to go to that. And I know that's a good way that everybody can help and get involved, is to attend protests and be a part of that conversation. So that's something I missed out on but would like to do still. I need to educate myself more still. There's lots of good documentaries and films and books and podcasts out right now that I'm seeing all over the place on Instagram and Twitter. So I've noted a few of those, and so is my girlfriend. And so we're going to be watching and just consuming some of that content over the weeks to come. And really treating that as a time to educate and learn about, again, where this comes from and why, and how we can be a part of a bigger solution. Like I said, I can donate more. I haven't donated that much yet, and I want to do more. So Lisa and I are just going through the process of looking at what organizations we think make sense to donate to, and maybe not choosing some ones that have so much funds already, that have communicated out that they are in a good place already, and that funded anyways, and that some others that maybe don't have that same pull as other organizations. So looking to see where that makes the biggest impact and to make that decision this week. I can also do a better job of amplifying the voices of other folks in the Black community that are speaking up and putting out great content to move the conversation forward. So just helping them, giving them access to my platform and making sure that I can share things out to sort of, again, extend their reach. That would be another thing that I can do more of. And then I need to speak out, and so that's kind of what this is. This is a super unstructured, and I hope I haven't said, I don't know, I don't think I would have said anything disrespectful, but I just hope that it's not taken in the wrong way, and that I don't miss anything as well. And just wanted to, again, just just try. And when we look back at this and someone asks, what did you do during the time? I want to make sure that I was able to say that, I did try and I did have an impact and I did put an effort in and move the conversation forward. So that's me speaking out, and I hope that it makes sense and that I'm not saying the word too much. The last thing that I want to do is learn about how I can either volunteer or donate money or time. How can I make an impact after this wave of sort of attention towards this issue of racism is over? And maybe it's not going to be a quiet conversation anymore. Maybe it's just forever from now on until it's fixed. If the issue is, still a popular thing going forward, that's great. I think that is only going to lead to more change. But if, things do die down and the conversation is muted by other stories in the world or things like that, how do I and how do the people around me continue to have an impact and to move this conversation forward when it's not the trending topic on Twitter or YouTube or whatever that might be? So trying now to think of ways to continue the conversation beyond the next few weeks, and what does that look like, and how do my organizations play a role in that, and how do the organizations that I have an influence on, how do they be a part of the conversation and continue to fight this battle against racism? So that's just something that I think is a really important thing to explore beyond, again, these weeks right now. How do we continue to have an impact in the future? So that's it. I think I covered everything that I wanted to say. I'll link up a bunch of links and resources and things of that nature in the description here as well. And I hope that at the very least, even if one person had an idea or donated or did something from this video, then that's already a success. So I'll leave it there. I don't have much more to say. But now is the time to step up, to speak up, or to work silently and do your own thing behind the scenes. I think that's okay too. But now is the time to do something, to take action, and collectively, all together, I think we can make a real difference. We can make a difference. So I'll leave it there. Hope to continue the regular programming in the future and get back to some version of this series, but for now, this is where things are at. So thanks for watching, and much love and peace.